What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber. As always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate support. I like to wish you guys a happy Friday. And you know what that means. The story time with Stock Market Steve live stream starts tonight at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. Don't know what we'll be doing, but it'll be fun, and it'll be funny as well. So everybody's, invited to attend. But I'm going to talk about a story that broke. And a lot of you guys have been sending me this because I'm from this place. And trust me, I seen this morning. And this is absolutely sad and savage in nature, like most of the stuff I do. This story right here is out of Camden, New Jersey, my birthplace, born and raised. Shout out CMD. And this is about 3 people up here that is a family. And they are charged with the killing and dismembering, well, one of them is charged with killing, dismembering a man that has been missing since Father's Day by the name of Harold Miller. He was 47 years old, been missing since June 14th. And he's a father. So on Father's Day, he met an untimely demise. But what's crazy about this is those 3 people you see up there is husband, wife, and son. Now, I don't know if that's Mr. Everton Thomas's son, because they got different. Oh, he does have the same name. Okay. Well, that explains that. But anyway, these people supposedly killed this man and dismembered his body. And over the course of a few days, drove 2 miles to another apartment complex, but to an apartment complex, and discarded his remains in multiple trash bags after he was cut up with a chainsaw. Make it make sense. And then leave it in the comment section if you can. Here's the story.
A gruesome murder case out of Camden County. The 48-year-old victim was last seen back in June.
Today, prosecutors announced charges against 3 members of the same family allegedly involved in the killing. Action News reporter Trish Hartman is live in Camden with the latest on this investigation. Trish.
Yeah, Sarah, there are many disturbing details in this case. The Camden County prosecutor says that a man, his wife, and his son are charged in this case. They're accused of killing this man and then dismembering his body. Months later, the victim, according to authorities, still has not been found.
This is a pretty quiet street. A lot of families live here. So it's kind of surprising.
Authorities say it was here along Baird Boulevard in Camden that the victim, 48-year-old Harold Miller, was last seen back in June. Now, Everton Thomas, his wife, Sherry Parker, and his son, Deshaun Thomas, are all charged in connection with his killing. Everton Thomas is charged with first-degree murder. Parker and Deshaun Thomas are charged with desecration of human remains. According to the Camden County prosecutor, surveillance video and cell phone data placed Miller at the residence on June 12th. Moments later, a gunshot can be heard in the video. Miller was never seen leaving the property, and he was reported missing by his family on June 14th. During the following days, authorities say Sherry Parker and Deshaun Thomas made trips to various stores, purchasing cleaning supplies, contractor bags, a chainsaw, and more. According to court documents, a witness who lives in the home told investigators Deshaun said his father woke him up and asked him to help chop up a body. Another witness said there was a strong odor of what seemed like a decomposing body and heard power tools being used in the basement, adding that Sherry Parker said, quote, "A wife gotta do what she gotta do." Investigators say surveillance video showed Everton Thomas and Deshaun Thomas making several trips to the Tamarack Apartments dumpsters, where they dumped several large trash bags. Neighbors were horrified.
It's terrible, man. This is a nice complex.
Authorities say Everton Thomas fled to Canada the day after a search warrant was executed on June 20th, where bloodstains were found in the home. He was arrested Monday at the Port of Buffalo when he crossed back into the U.S. Now, Sherry Parker and Deshaun Thomas are in custody locally. They are due to appear in court next week for a detention hearing. Everton Thomas is in custody in New York State. He's awaiting extradition back to New Jersey. We're live in Camden. Trish Hartman, Channel 6, Action News. Sarah.
Okay, Trish, thank you.
According to police and detectives, that victim is Harold Miller. Harold Miller went missing on June 14th. That's Father's Day. He is a father of 6, and like you said, his remains still to this day have not been found. But according to detectives, they believe that family made their way over here where I'm at the Tamarack Apartments in Camden, and went over to a dumpster just like this. And they say for 3 straight days on surveillance, that family was seen throwing extra large black trash bags into dumpsters. I can tell you that this area is about 2 miles away from the actual scene.
That's scary.
Disbelief this afternoon on Baird Boulevard in Camden. Families are now learning their neighbors across the street are accused of killing a man, chopping him up with a chainsaw, and then getting rid of the evidence in a nearby apartment dumpster. How does that hit your heart?
Terrible. Terrible.
According to the criminal complaint, 47-year-old Harold Hal Miller went missing on June 14th. His family immediately took to social media, desperate for any answers. They say he was last seen playing cards with friends 2 days earlier. Investigators say through cell phone evidence, Miller was last tracked at the back of Everton Thomas's house on Baird Boulevard.
I was just a little unsettling. Lived here all my life, and to hear something like that in a place I grew up, it's kind of a little scary.
Court documents state surveillance footage also has Miller at the house on Baird walking up a back staircase. Moments later, a gunshot is heard, according to the complaint, and Miller is never seen leaving. But another man is seen exiting the house and moving Miller's car. Over the next few days, detectives believe Thomas, his wife Sherry Parker, and son Deshaun Thomas made several trips to stores. They say the family bought things like a chainsaw, latex gloves, heavy-duty contractor bags, lighter fluid, and duct tape. Investigators say on 3 different occasions, surveillance has them dumping large black trash bags in the garbage at the Tamarack Apartments near Ferry Avenue. Did you ever see them either carrying garbage bags or supplies and things like that?
Not to my knowledge, no. I kind of just stay in my bubble.
In the complaint, it states detectives found Miller's blood on a basement door frame. It also says there was a witness living inside the house on Baird. That witness says for 3 days in June, Everton Thomas would not allow access to the basement. That same witness says the son, Deshaun, admitted his dad woke him up and asked him to, quote, help chop up a body. The documents add another witness living in the house says it smelled of a decomposing body, and there was the constant sound of power tools. What kind of person can do something like that, where they can chop?
Crazy people.
She calls people crazy. Once again, you're looking at dumpsters that police say similar to like this. They believe they were dumping body parts and getting rid of that body in these dumpsters over here at the Tamarack Apartments. As for the family, the mother and the son, they were arrested on Monday here in Camden. We're told the father, he tried to leave and went to Canada. He was questioned on June 20th. The next day, they say he left, went to Canada, but he was also arrested on Monday trying to come back into the country through Buffalo. For now, we are live in Camden, Aaron Baskerville, NBC 10 News.
All right, guys, you see it? Camden, New Jersey. That's in my neighborhood right there, East Camden. I live like a 5-minute walk from that house they're showing up there. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to talk about a couple of things in this. And let me say this real fast. May this guy rest in peace, Harold Miller. Nobody deserves that. I don't know what it was about, but damn. You know what I'm saying? That's a vicious way to go. I'm going to bring up a few points. But before I bring up a few points, I'm going to say something to you real fast. I cover stories that are crazy. You know what I mean? And head scratching. And it doesn't surprise me the length that people will go to do damage to somebody else. But the way they involve others and the relationship and the reasoning for other people helping them leaves me beyond belief. First thing I'm going to talk about is this. What kind of father and husband and leader of a household does that type of stuff where he turns his house into a crime scene, number one, and gets people that he's supposed to protect and love and care for involved and make them co-defendants? What you think about that? The boy, Deshaun Thomas, the son, he goes in there and gets him, wakes him up, I guess, Hey, get up. Help me dispose of this body. We gotta chop this body up. What? Listen, I heard of people getting their ass beat or getting woke up out of bed to do chores. You know what I'm saying? To teach responsibility or something like that, right? Get your ass up and clean up your room. Get your ass up and clean up the dishes. Get your ass up, cut that grass. I ain't never heard nobody say, get your ass up and help me chop up this body. I'll make a man out of you sooner or later. What the fuck? What? You fucking kidding me? Look at the mindset of people nowadays. How was you raising that boy? The way he jump up. All right, Dad, let me put my pants on and I'll be down. What? You kidding me? You got a wife that's not thinking like, hey, you know, she's not emotional about it. She's not trying to keep you out of trouble. She's not like, yo, don't do, oh my God. Nothing. Did you hear the wife's remarks? A wife gotta do what a wife gotta do. Damn, what kind of woman is that? You know what I'm saying? I feel the remark, but I ain't feeling what came after it. This guy was dead in the house for days. Stinking. You know, a body starts stinking damn near immediately, depending on how much blood is out of it. For 3 days, they had a baby, that man in the house, stinking. Neighbors said they could smell it. They running back and forth to the store, getting bleach, cleaning supplies, and a fucking chainsaw. Can you imagine seeing a cadaver, whether it's alive or not, getting chopped up with a chainsaw? That shit is crazy. Sometimes I cut up a whole chicken and throw up goes in the back of my mouth. But these motherfuckers right here, it's natural for them. Natural. Another thing is this. Something told. See that? Now they both charged with a minor crime, which is still fucked up. You know, discarding of a corpse or desecration of a corpse. Still a minor charge. But this is a murder, so they gonna do some time over it. But the son told. They get you in that room and start asking you questions and saying, putting you against somebody else, or you don't know what the other person's saying. A lot of times motherfuckers come out and tell. You know what I mean? Yeah, he did what his dad told him to do, but he ain't trying to do the time for his father. And that's the thing. Why would you put your kid or your wife in harm's way because of an issue you had with killing somebody? Then did you pay attention? They said he ran. They got busted when the search warrant came. He was in Canada. Busted his ass when he was coming back through Buffalo. Probably was at the Bills game. But they busted his ass. You think about that. Kind of fucking shit are we out here? It's bad enough that parents ain't parents, but what they shield from their kids and like let their kids see, a lot of times it goes into who they are. Savages. This is crazy shit. And I mean, what they did is messed up, but to involve your child and your wife and they just go along with it. Then they get caught before you. Your son telling. Come on, man. Come on. This is the world we live in. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Take care. May this guy, Harold Miller, rest in peace.